We just want to take a minute to welcome individuals who are here with us today. Certainly first and foremost our current teachers who were here and did a great job planning our celebration. We had a student assembly this afternoon and now our program here tonight as we celebrate our 50th anniversary of Rockaway Meadow School. So thank you to all the teachers involved. For sure. Thanks, guys. I want to thank and welcome our superintendent of schools, Dr. Lee Seitz. Thank you. Also, we have some members of our Board of Ed. Mr. Joe Sestero is here. He's in the back. And dual roles tonight as a former teacher and current board member, Judy Mayer. Thank you. So thank you for coming, for sure. We also have some of our councilmen are here today. I want to welcome them as well. Mr. Michael DePiro. Mr. Robert Peluso. Former student as well, right? Yes. And also with us today, and he's going to actually speak in a little bit, is our mayor, Mr. James Ribeiro. Thank you. Certainly I want to thank all of our current students who came back tonight after your assembly today and back here to see a little bit more about what's inside the time capsule. I also want to welcome back some of our former students who are here today. Any former students here? Raise your hand. We'll welcome you. Former students. And some former teachers. We have a number of former teachers here sitting in the front couple rows. Former teachers, if you could just wave your hand and... You know, it was funny, we were looking back this afternoon with the kids looking at some of the items that were in the time capsule, and the kids got a kick out of seeing what some of these things were from either 1967 or 1992 at the 25th anniversary. So it was fun to see their reactions. It was also neat to hear what was written. So there was kind of like an Our Life in 1967 or Our Life in 1992. And the comments that the kids, the students at that time were writing. One was a cordless phone, and they're saying, and it doesn't have a wire. I mean, it was really a big deal at that time, some of the things that they stressed in their writing. It was really neat to see. We talked with our kids about, 25 years from now, what life is going to be like, completely different than what it is for us right now. So it really was neat. I hope you get a kick out of seeing what was inside and really looking for not only what the item was, but for how it was portrayed by the kids and or the teachers at that time. Because that really is what stood out to me. It was really interesting to see. I do also want to just recognize certainly all of our parents. That includes former parents, current parents. Really the only way that a school can really grow and thrive is through that homeschool connection. And we can't do it without you. And it's great to see so many parents that I've been in touch with over the past few years coming back to celebrate with us. So former parents and current parents, thank you for coming back. It's nice to see all of you, for sure. So for those of you who don't know, I'm starting my 4th year as principal of Rockaway Meadow School. And I couldn't be happier. I really am in a great spot. I'm working with a great group of teachers, a wonderful group of students, and the parent support, as well as the other supervisors and administrators throughout the district. It really is a great district, a nice solid community-based effort really to help all of our kids. And I do want to just mention one more thing before we move on with the ceremonies. After tonight's ceremony, our 50th anniversary ceremony, it is the back-to-school family barbecue and picnic. So if you are interested in staying, even if you have not purchased a ticket to get some of the food, you certainly can do that tonight also. Our PTA president, Mrs. Tiffany Hilt, I don't know if Tiffany's here, her husband is here in the back. Mrs. Hilt is inside getting set up. So she's actually working inside and now toward the back getting it set up. So that just is kind of a culmination of what Rockaway Meadow really is. It's a family kind of event. We have somewhere in the range of 250 parents that signed up, or families that signed up to come tonight, including their students. I'm sure the number is going to get a little bit higher for those that will walk in tonight. But it really is a testament to the community and all the students and parents and staff that make up this community. As the principal of Rockaway Meadow, I follow in the footsteps of other great instructional leaders that have served at Rockaway Meadow. And I hope I have all of them included. I did get some help from Mrs. Lillian Ray for giving me some of the background information here. So I guess, yes, thank you, Mrs. Ray, for sure. And I know that Mr. Bavaria will talk about some as well, but we have our first principal at Rockaway Meadow was Theodore Ted Smith, so he was here, followed by James Jim Mariani, Lee Burns, Nancy Lagatole Maglione, Jane Henley, Tom Jordan, Angelina Martino Finnegan, and currently myself. So I am really proud and honored to have the ability to serve as the instructional leader of Rockaway Meadow School, much like my predecessors. Being the principal of Rockaway Meadow School is truly an honor. I'm blessed to be surrounded by such a caring and responsive group of individuals committed to creating a learning environment that seeks to maximize student potential and the growth of all our students. This group includes all of you who are sitting here tonight, whether you directly impact the kids in the building or through policy and procedures that take place outside of our school walls. On behalf of everybody who has come through these doors, I want to thank all of you for your role in making Rockaway Meadow School the great school that it is. And as some of you know, and hopefully you'll know by the time you leave here tonight, Rockaway Meadow School's mascot is the Ram. And at Rockaway Meadow School, we play off of that for the notion of Rams means right attitude means success. So when you walk through those doors with the right attitude, you're going to be successful because we are all part of the Rockaway Meadow School Ramily. Thank you. I like that. It's a little corny, but I like it. I want to get started with our ceremony tonight by first inviting up to speak to you all a current teacher, Mrs. Ann Jancarelli.
Hi everyone, it's so nice to see everyone here, our distinguished guests, our wonderful former teachers, most of whom I've taught with, because I'm not just a current teacher, I was here for the 25th as well. So even though I didn't remember that the time capsule was back there, I thought it was buried in the ground. Whatever. It was actually Mrs. Schneider that told us where it really was. Anyway, I would really just like to talk about my years here at Rockaway Meadow. I've actually been here for 32 years. I've loved everyone. And when I think back to my very first year of teaching, my first group of students, my first set of parents, my first set of colleagues that I worked with, I can honestly and truly say that today, 32 years later, I still love my children, I still love my families, I still love my colleagues. So they've changed over the years, but they are wonderful. And everyone that walks through the doors of Rockaway Meadow School is wonderful. And I really have heard that from other people in the district, that Rockaway Meadow is such a special place. I knew that already, but it's nice to hear it from people, you know, that come in outside. So I won't bore you with all the other, all the other fun stuff, but thank you very much. It was nice to be asked to speak. And I believe we are now going to invite Mayor Barbario up.
50 years ago, I didn't need glasses. Principal Courtwright, would you please come up? This is the Township of Parsippany Troy Hills proclamation. Whereas Rockaway Meadow School has been an educational institution in Parsippany for 50 years, with caring staff members who cultivate and promote strong character of the 250 students, and whereas situated upon 11.06 acres of prime land in the Township of Parsippany Troy Hills, Rockaway Meadow School was constructed in 1966 and officially opened in February 1967 as an elementary school with kindergarten through 6th grade, and whereas the first principal of Rockaway Middle School was Theodore Smith, during which time Helen B. Dutton served as president of the Board of Education. Whereas Rockaway Middle School is celebrating its 50th anniversary on September 23, 2016, by displaying the time capsule for all to see, followed by a slide presentation and tour of school building. And whereas in celebration of this momentous occasion, the birthday song was written by music teacher Mr. Caulfield, which will be happily performed by his students. Whereas Rockaway Middle School continues the tradition of academic excellence and serves as a beacon of guidance and support for its students. Now therefore, I, James R. Barbera, the Mayor of the Township of Parsippany Troy Hills, do hereby congratulate the Board of Education, students, staff, and parent-teachers community on the occasion of Rockaway Meadow School's 50th anniversary and extend best wishes for continued success and fulfillment in the years to come, dated this 23rd day of September. This is for you. Before I close out, I have to tell you, as the Mayor of the Township, for the past 7 years, I keep telling Parsippany, we keep moving up. And I guess it really started 50 years ago here in all the school systems we have, the system we have here in school. We have one of the best educational systems in the state. We didn't get ranked 5th best place to live in the United States by accident. We got ranked 5th best place because all of you, our teachers, our past. I mean, I grew up in the town. I went through the school system. And I got to tell you, I had a superstar on my show yesterday. We did it on Pride in Parsippany, and you have to watch it with Dr. Seitz. Did a great job, Dr. Seitz. And I want to congratulate you. And I want to congratulate everybody here for all you do for the Township of Parsippany and Troy Hills. Teachers, principals, and everything that you do for the community. So thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor. At this point, I would like to welcome to the podium two of our current students, Samantha and Gabby Yee. Come on up, girls.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Gabby Yee, and I am Samantha Yee. We are very proud to attend RMS from kindergarten through 5th grade. This is our final year here, so we are feeling sad to say goodbye to everyone, but happy and grateful for all the amazing experiences, memories, and quality education we have received. We are proud to say that we have worked hard and accomplished so much here thanks to the dedication of all the teachers, and now we are ready for the next journey, middle school. Today we have all come together to celebrate a wonderful occasion, the 50th anniversary of our school. We are all proud a part of this excellent school community, which consists of its students, families, teachers, faculty, and staff, past, present, and future. We as students all have something we are great at. We all have something to offer, and we all have the opportunity to discover ourselves here at RMS. RMS is the best school filled with caring and dedicated teachers, wonderful and supportive staff and faculty, and our awesome principal, Mr. Courtwright. Thanks to everyone at RMS and our wonderful friends that we made the journey with along the way, and all the memorable experiences that have shaped us as students and people. We wish RMS the very best for its next 50 years and hope that it has continued success helping students work together, grow together, and be the best they can be. We sincerely thank you all for coming today to help us celebrate RMS and honor our past, respect our present, and prepare for our future. Go Rams! Thank you.
It makes it all worth it. It was great. Great job, girls. Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome up to the podium a former student who actually was here in 1992. And when you get inside, you will see her as a student. A picture of her was found in the time capsule. She is a current teacher, a 3rd grade teacher. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Melissa Schneider.
That was a very tough act to follow. You guys were fantastic. Great job, girls. As Mr. Courtwright said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Melissa Schneider. I teach 3rd grade here, and every day is such a treat to be surrounded by such amazing students, amazing coworkers, fantastic families. But I do have to say that my desire to become a teacher actually started in room 24 in 1st grade with Miss Lillian Ray, who is here tonight. cannot tell you enough how much it means that you are here and I get to see you now as I'm an adult, an educator in the building where it all began. Miss Ray had the best way of teaching with hi-hat and his vowels and the stories. And just when you thought you weren't doing math because you were using pretzel sticks, the joke was on you, but she was just fantastic. Furthermore, Mrs. Schultzer, another one of my teachers, my 4th grade teacher. I was a 4th grader the last time that it was open. I still will never kill a spider because Mrs. Schultzer told me that they kill mosquitoes, and they're much worse. Also, Mrs. Del Gershio is here as well. 5th grade reading teacher, and I will forever hold the K, the book you read aloud to us, as a special place in my heart. So thank you to all of my former teachers. Amazing, amazing to see you. To all the former families who are here as well, if I put on my teacher hat now as a former student, back to teacher, wow, I'm thrilled to see how many of you are here. Current kids, former students, it's awesome that you came back, and I think it just speaks to just what an amazing place Rockaway Meadow is, and just what a family it always has been and it always will be. So congrats to 50 years, and I look forward to see what the next 50 years will bring. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Mrs. Schneider. It's got to touch you to know that 25 years ago, even more than that, because 1st grade, you were maybe close to 30 years ago in 1st grade, and she still remembers that. And that's what teaching is all about. You know, we all can sit back and think back to that memorable teacher in our life who helped mold us to be whatever we are right now. So that's great. It's great to hear. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Caulfield, who, yes, Mr. Caulfield wrote a song for Rockaway Meadow, or about Rockaway Meadow. So I'm going to welcome up Mr. Caulfield and his band. Call him a band, right? Mr. Caulfield and his band. Come on up.
So, thank you very much, Mr. Courtwright, and again, thank you everyone who's here tonight. I'd like to call up if all of our current, there's a lot of you I think, so this is great. If you are currently a student at Rockaway Meadow School, listen carefully, don't run, please come up and come behind me over here, and we're going to all sing the song together. Okay, boys and girls. Right here, phone. This way, turn this way. Boys and girls. Hello. Hey. Okay. All right. I think everyone has the pink song sheet, so please, it's a simple tune. You can pick it up. Here we go.
Everybody, it's time to celebrate. RMS is filling today. shots. Great job.
How about another round of applause for Mr. Caulfield, his Pink Bucket Band, and our chorus of students. Great job, guys. At this point, I want to just wrap up and conclude our ceremony outside today and begin to welcome you all into or back into our building. You may move throughout the building into each wing and see some of those old classrooms that either you sat in as a student or taught in as a teacher. Some of the classrooms will remain open where you can walk in, but for purposes of safety and security, we do have some of the staff area or some of the rooms are going to be locked. In addition, as you enter into the multi-purpose room or the gym area, you'll find the contents, as I mentioned before, from the time capsule from 1992, which was the 25th anniversary, and items from the first year of the school, 1966, 1967. In addition, we were able to pull out some of the old yearbooks from years past. So they are out there on display for you to look at as well. And we were also able to find some old photo albums. So we really need to see some of those photos. In the multi-purpose room, you'll also find some tables, so feel free to sit down and relax and rekindle those friendships. We did ask all of the former teachers to have name tags on, so if you did not get one yet, teachers, they're right inside, so you want to make sure you grab one of those, as well as some former students. If you're a former student here, grab a name tag just so we can match that name to a face. Some of us may have changed, not all of us, some of us may have changed over the past few years. Again, I want to thank you all for coming and celebrating with us. It's been a wonderful ceremony. For me, it's been a wonderful 3+ years. For the rest of you, it's been a great and fantastic 50 years. And I look forward to 50 more. Thank you all for coming, and let's enjoy the night.